our Vice President, Ms. Delgado. We have Mr. Garcia, Mr. Rodriguez, our Superintendent of School, Ms. Chavez, and myself. We're going to go ahead and follow along on the agenda. We have Pledge of Allegiance by JFK Kennedy Elementary students, American flag by Charlotte T. Espitia, Texas flag, Jolene M. Gonzalez. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Invocation by Trustee Mrs. Delgado.
We could bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we come to you in gratitude today. As we begin this meeting, we ask for your guidance and understanding. Enlighten our minds to the ways we can best serve our district and those we are entrusted to. Bless our conversations with goodwill, sincerity, and truth. Lord, help us see and understand issues which face our district and give us wisdom to find solutions and the courage to see them through. Today, I humbly ask for a special blessing of the group of students and teachers here today, as well as every student and staff in our district. We are thankful to have them. They are the bright future of MISD and leaders of Mercedes. Their talent, dedication, and courage for all they do to represent Mercedes is commendable. Continue to bless them, Lord, with their gifts and talents, and keep them always safe. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Espitia and Ms. Gonzalez and Mrs. Delgado. Open forum, public comment. Okay, moving along on the agenda. Colleagues, I make a motion that we deviate from the agenda. I need to have a second so that we can go over to the superintendent's report. I know we have some pressing time, so I need a second, please.
Second.
Okay, a second from Ms. Vallejo. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passed unanimously. We are going to the superintendent's report. Mr. Salerno, it's okay, we don't have to go in any order, right? So we just,
No, they're non-action items.
okay,
Just I want to indicate for the record, student recognition 1 through 6.
okay, for the record, A, B, and C is going to be governed by Mrs. Chavez and her staff. Ms. Chavez, please.
At this time, I would like to ask our Public Relations Officer to come up, Ms. Clarissa Martinez.
Thank you, Superintendent Chavez, and good evening to the Board of Trustees, principals, staff, parents, and community members present here tonight. We begin tonight by moving up the volleyball team recognition to the start of our presentation due to game commitments of our student athletes. We would like to present our varsity Lady Tigers volleyball team. We are very proud of how the team met each match with determination, joy, resilience, and sportsmanship. I'd like to welcome head coach Olga Adame to tell us more about their season.
Good evening, Board. President Hernandez, Superintendent Chavez. We're here to, first of all, like to thank the board and the administration, superintendent for all support all season. You know, it was great seeing you all out there and support. It really gets the girls and our students excited seeing everybody out there. So I'll say a little something about our volleyball team. The Lady Tigers had a successful season as they made an appearance at the by-district volleyball playoffs. They started out strong in preseason and district play. The girls always played with high energy, always support each other, and most importantly, played as a family. The team worked through some adversity at times, had some challenges, but at the end it came out together. We would like to thank our fans, community, and administration for our support all season, and a big thanks to our coaches, Aaron Ramirez, Bertha Ramirez, Alexis De Leon, and Dana Pena, who have all put in a lot of hours, and their dedication to our girls have been inspiring. The Lady Tigers finished the season with a winning record of 25-9 overall and 13-5 in district play. With great play from our varsity volleyball Tigers, this season was one to be proud of and build upon in the future. We have number 1, Katie Garcia, senior, honorable mention, all academic. Christine Garcia, freshman. Number 3, Hayden Ledesma, junior, honorable mention, middle blocker. Number 4, Stephanie Cano. Number 5, Dia Adames, senior, first team all-district outside hitter, all academic. And number 6, Jackie Vivian, senior, first team all-district outside hitter. Number 7, Ashley De Leon, junior, honorable mention, all academic. Number 8, Isabel Parker, sophomore, middle blocker of the year, all academic. Number 9, Alex Gomez, senior, second team all-district, all academic. With number 10, Caitlin Salinas, sophomore, all academic. And number 11, Deasia Brown, senior, 32-5A, setter of the year, all academic. We also have number 12, Cassie Garcia, junior, and number 13, Kareli Nino, junior. We also hit some milestones on this team, and we'd like to present them here with some banners. We have number 5, Dia Adames, surpassed 600 kills and 500 digs. We have number 6, Jackie Vivian, surpassed 400 kills and 500 digs. And number 9, Alex Gomez, surpassed 500 digs. And Deasia Brown surpassed 1,000 assists and 500 digs. All right. Congratulations, girls.
Next, we would also like to move on to a special recognition. Every day, safety remains a paramount priority in our schools. And to recognize recent efforts of our district, I'd like to welcome Director of Safe Schools, Mr. Miguel Chacon.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Good evening, Board President Hernandez, Superintendent Chavez. Good evening, Board of Trustees. Today we gather not just as a school district, but as a community bound by something extraordinary: the unwavering dedication and quick thinking of a group of individuals who stepped up when it mattered most. I stand before you to honor those who became real-life superheroes at Chacon Middle School cafeteria, ensuring the safety and well-being of one of our own. In that critical moment when students' life hung in the balance, it was the courage, skill, and compassion of the following individuals. And as I call your name, please come up. Principal Vanessa Ramirez. Assistant Principal Ricardo Hinojosa. Nurses Cristina Barrientes, Joe Sepulveda Perez. Custodians Rosa Ramirez and Hector Garcia. Emergency personnel, we have medics Nico Perez and Abel Gutierrez. Fire personnel, we have Jacob Mercado, Martin Ramirez, and Ruben Melgoza. Lead nurse, Veronica Bustamante. Maintenance director and incident command member, Rolando Herrera. And Safe Schools director, Miguel Chacon. Now, your commitment to the well-being of our students goes beyond the call of duty, and for that, we are profoundly grateful. In moments of crisis, it's easy to appreciate the impact that quick thinking and decisive action can have. But it's equally important to recognize the everyday heroes, the custodians, nurses, staff, and emergency personnel who, from the backbone of our educational institutions, quietly working to create a safe and nurturing environment for our students. So today, let us celebrate not just the act itself, but the spirit of community and the care that thrives within our school district and community. Let us express our deepest gratitude to our employees and emergency personnel. Thank you for your selflessness, your bravery, and your dedication to the well-being of every student. May their actions serve as a reminder to the importance of vigilance, preparedness, and the profound impact that each member of our schools and community can have on the lives of those entrusted to us. Congratulations to all of you.
I'd like to comment, Mr. Hernandez, before we proceed.
Absolutely, sir. You have the floor.
Just want to thank, once again, I know we've said thank you to the individuals that were just recognized. What took place on that day was just amazing. And I want to thank the administration, Ms. Ramirez, Mr. Hinojosa, for the response that they did. The emergency personnel that were in the ambulance that helped that young man, all the things that, all the training that takes place, everything just clicked. And so, once again, what they did that day cannot be underplayed. Very, very serious situation, and our staff rose to the occasion, and with the help of the community, through our EMTs and everybody else that had an impact, we have a young man, a sixth grader, still doing well. Thank you again.
I would also like to say thank you to everyone, EMTs, administration. It's not easy when they shared with us the situation, goosebumps. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you receive all this training every year, year after year. We do CPR, we do training because we work so much with children, and and it comes up even with adults. I don't know. I seriously, if I put myself in that situation, it's I'm just amazed. So commend you all for everything that you do, every single day, because you don't know when these situations like these will happen. So thank you, at the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
I would also like to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved from administration, custodial staff, EMT. With this emergency that we had, time is really crucial. It's of the essence. So thank you very much for responding really quick, and that it's good to know that the student is in good health, and thank you everyone for that.
Returning to the student highlights, next is our KRGV Student of the Week, Mercedes High School student, Ms. Arely Quintanilla. Ms. Quintanilla could not be here tonight, so we will be welcoming her back at a future date. So now I would like to welcome Mercedes High School Principal, Mr. David Aguirre, to the floor to share a few words about the outstanding October Students of the Month.
Good evening, Ms. Chavez, Superintendent of Schools, Board of Directors, guests, and colleagues. It's an awesome honor to introduce our Mercedes High School Students of the Month. I'm going to call Ms. Chloe Belcher and Mr. Christopher Garza II to the front, and then I'm going to read a little bit about them. Chloe and Christopher, I know they're here, I saw them. Come on up. Chloe is the proud daughter of John Valdez and Janie Belcher. Teacher's quote for Chloe: Chloe's an awesome student to have in class. She's amongst the top students in her world history honors class and has high expectations of herself. She exemplifies what it is to be a college and career ready student. Thank you, Chloe. Chloe participates in the following activities. She's in basketball, she's in track, she's in powerlifting and cheer. She's also an RGV Lead Ambassador along with her classmates. Chloe's a very productive and hardworking student. Thank you, Chloe. She wants to go to Stanford University, and she wants to become a psychiatrist. Good luck, Chloe. Christopher Garza II. Christopher Garza is the proud son of Christopher and Rose Garza. Christopher's teacher wrote, Christopher has been an outstanding student, constantly scoring among the highest in his U.S. history assessments just as a sophomore. He is outstanding in class and has shown that he will be aiming for mastery on his U.S. history STAR test at the end of the year. Christopher always participates in class discussions, is attentive and consistent, and completes all his work assignments. I am very proud of him and have high expectations of Christopher. Christopher is a Mighty Tiger drumline 2-year member. He's a Tiger basketball member. He's also in dual enrollment. His aspirations for college and university is Rice University or Texas A&M University, and his future career is law enforcement or forensic science. Thank you, Christopher and Chloe.
Next, what began as an English class writing assignment turned into an award-winning opportunity for 2 Mercedes High School students. Julio Leon and Charlene Gonzalez were recently announced as the winners in the Farr Memorial Library 9th Annual Halloween Writing Contest. This valley-wide event was open to both adults and teens, and in the teen category, Julio Leon won first place and a $100 cash prize, while Charlene Gonzalez won third place and a $50 cash prize. We are extremely proud of our students for representing our district in the literary community, and we would also like to extend a thank you to Mercedes High School English teacher, Mr. Mark Zavala, for his encouragement. I would like to introduce the students now. Next, we would like to welcome Director of Bands, Mr. Guy McKenney, to present 2 fine arts highlights, including students who earned spots in the prestigious TMEA Honor Ensembles.
Board members, Superintendent Mrs. Chavez, and community members. It's our pleasure to announce that the Mercedes Mighty Tiger Marching Band earned a first division at the 81st Annual UIL Pigskin Marching Band Jubilee held in San Benito. All 3 judges rated the band as a first division, which is a superior rated performance, and qualified us to the area level contest. All 5A bands in the Area G, which is Victoria to Laredo to Brownsville, need to earn a first division at their region evaluation to advance to the area contest. Out of the possible 42 5A bands in Area G, 32 bands qualified to perform at area, and our band ranked 24th. We're also proud of our season. The students and directors began in July with our summer camp, and they continue to improve for the long haul all the way to area performance. Other accolades this season include our percussion. They attended the Gladiator Percussion Festival in Roma and placed first in their division, and our Mighty Tiger Marching Band placed second at the San Benito Festival in our division. Congratulations to all the band members and their team of directors. Help me with certificates for the all-region kids. It's also our pleasure to announce that the following band members and orchestra members earned TMEA Region 28 honors from their TMEA All-Region auditions. The students are to be commended for their hard work and their dedication to learning the 3 pieces of music and then attending a very rigorous competition. The students then rehearse together for a couple of days and present a concert with the guest director in December. Our high school Team Honor Orchestra concert is on December 2nd, and Bella Reynosa on violin. Not sure if she might be practicing. Maria Ozuna on violin. Trey Tamez on piano. Trey also qualified to record for area, and so he's in that process. Our high school Team Honor Band concert is on December the 8th. Alonso Cabrera on clarinet. He made the honors band, and he advances to pre-area, and I think he's practicing tonight. Adrian Gonzalez on trumpet, and he made the freshman band. Congratulations to all the Tiger musicians and the directors for their success.
I would just like to say thank you, Mr. McKinney, Mr. Ayala, directors, volunteers, parents, and really just best of all our students, our band members, orchestra. I'd love to see the start to finish. We enjoyed every minute of those performances. Everyone worked so hard. And it's like this year after year. Very, very impressive. These kids, I call it courage. When they go out in that field, it's courage. It's not, well, we do this every day, and it takes a lot of courage to go out there. And you all should be just really proud of what you've done. You have a bigger class coming in that was new to the band, to the high school, and you did it. You did it. And I'm so proud. Thank you so much for the good memories. And parents, thank you so much for supporting, for having your kids there early, evening hours. There was a lot of sacrifice. So I really appreciate all the time that you put into this as well.
I would like to congratulate our students as well. I know I witnessed firsthand those late evenings that you were practicing during the summers. Hard work always pays off. You did really well at Pigskin. I'd like to congratulate all the directors as well. I know it was a lot of hours, but it was all worth it. Thank you for your commitment to our students.
I'd like to add, thank you, Mr. Bejo, Mr. Delgado. I'd like to add just a little story and something that happened about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'd like to commend Ms. Delgado. Persistent. Bernie versus Mercedes, and the bus broke down, and the band, the staff, the team got together, and they persisted. So for the rest of my life, I'm always going to remember that band, and I'll always remember how the band supports every aspect of our society or community. Because if it weren't for the band, we wouldn't have that psychological backup, because they are integral part of football, basketball, and baseball, because I played those sports. But when you came at halftime, I know some of you were sophomores, some of you were probably freshmen or juniors. Well, actually freshmen or sophomores. I always tell my kids, it was a sight to see. I'm so proud of the band. You are always there, raining, cold, in the morning, in the afternoon. It's just a small token of appreciation, part of the Hernandez and the De Leon family. We're so proud of you, and God bless. And I hope those of you that move on into your career that you'll find some music careers and stuff, and come back to Mercedes. I mean, we're always looking out for our teachers, and we're looking for leaders. So God bless, and thank you so much for a great season.
If I may, just one more thing one more item I would like to add. We cannot forget our bus drivers, transportation,
That's
Mr.
right.
Vallejo, Mr. Hernandez is,
That's right.
his comment. Thank you for remembering that. You really, you went above and beyond, and your bus drivers and everyone just did their part. The kids, they wanted to get to the field, and they did what they had to. So all of you, but Mr. Vallejo, thank you so much for all your work and going above and beyond. We really appreciate what you do for our
Thank you,
band
staff.
and staff. Yes.
To conclude this evening, I'd like to welcome Dr. Mayra Garcia, the Truancy Court Officer from the Office of Safe Schools, to introduce the team behind the district's student recovery efforts.
Good evening, Mercedes ISD Board Trustees, Mr. President Hernandez, and Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Chavez. I am Dr. Mayra Garcia. I'm the lead dropout recovery facilitator for the district. The Mercedes ISD Leaver Recovery Search Team is composed of a group of very dedicated, passionate employees who know the importance of education and are committed to search and recovery of every student back to Mercedes ISD. The 2023 Leaver Recovery season commenced at Mercedes ISD on August 7th, upon my return to my assignment, starting my 23rd year with Mercedes ISD. Anticipating the challenging task ahead of me, I was met with a larger than expected leaver list totaling 879 students who had not registered yet for our 2023-2024 school year. Leading a dedicated team comprising of truancy court officers, campus parental liaisons, district social workers, and attendance clerks, I organized daily meetings to strategize, plan, make phone calls, investigate leavers' whereabouts, follow paper trails, visiting other school districts for verifications, and engaging with the Mercedes community to locate our kids. With a goal of recovering every student, the team witnessed a gradual reduction in numbers as school year commenced. However, by September 1st, 427 students were still missing district-wide at Mercedes ISD. Gradually decreasing, the numbers started decreasing to 227 on September 8th, and further down to 182 on September 15th. Faced with a looming deadline of September 29th, the team intensified their efforts. On September 15th, the focus shifted to secondary campuses, with personnel from middle school, high school, and elementary schools contributing to the recovery efforts. The pivotal day had arrived. September 29th of 2023 was our deadline, and the leaver recovery had commenced. All information submitted, and the results were: initially, Mercedes started with 879 students who had not registered. On October 1st of 2023, Mercedes ISD identified 42 leavers that we could not find. 27 of them were from Mercedes secondary schools, 15 of them were from the elementaries. So we went from 879 to 42. Congratulations to all the Mercedes ISD Leaver Recovery Team under my direction. It's been my pleasure to lead them in this effort. Their commitment and compassion and passion for our students is so severely evident. I'd like to present to you some of our team who is present here tonight. We're going to start with our dropout prevention facilitators, Mr. Florencio Hernandez. Dropout prevention facilitator, Ms. Nancy Torres. Our parental liaisons, Edwina Trevino, Elvia Argüelles, Emily Zarate, Sally Barrera, Maria Elvia Flores, Marcy Santiago, Jessica Villanueva, Angie Gonzalez, and Rebecca Pina. Our social workers, Maria de la Torre, Noel de Gonzalez, and Maria Lupita Sanchez. We'd also like to mention our attendance clerks and our people in the office who assisted us with locating our students also. That would be our attendance clerks, Cassandra Garza, Mercedes High School, Ana Melendez, Mercedes High School, Joanne Canales, Mercedes Early College, Angelica Barrientos, Mercedes Academic Academy, Erica Zarate, Chacon Middle School, David Clower, Harrell Middle School, Valeria Aragon, JFK, Elizabeth Zavala, Taylor Elementary, Melida Peña, Hinojosa Elementary, Rachel Cabrera, Travis Elementary, Rosie Ramos, Mercedes Early Literacy, and Esmer Tanguma Zamora, Mercedes Early Literacy. Also including our team is our Peens clerk at Mercedes High School, which is Dora Marquez. We are super proud of our team. We bleed orange. We're very passionate about finding each and every one of our students, and we really love what we do. Thank you so much for all your efforts and support.
I would like to take this opportunity to commend everyone as a whole. It takes teamwork to see these numbers decrease the way Dr. Garcia just informed us, to know that, I know we received updates on the leavers,
Yes.
and to know that we went from 879 at the beginning of the school year to 42 by October the 1st. It's an exemplary example of what teamwork can do. So just thank you very much, everyone, and let's just keep up the good work. It's all in benefit of the students. When the student is in attendance, the student is learning. So thank you very much.
I would also like to add, thank you, Dr. Garcia. Thank you, parental liaisons, every one of those mentioned on your list. There's a term, when they say it takes a village, you all have done outstanding. And I am so proud, and I'm so happy to see you here today. There's more. I know there's more, and there's a lot more that is asked of you, and you're there. Like you said, you go above and beyond. So thank you for all your hard work.
Absolutely. I'd just like to add, Ms. Chavez and your staff and everyone who was involved, it's fitting to discuss also a message to the taxpayers so that they can actually hear the hard work that the staff is doing and the savings costs, because we actually have to have those conversations with the taxpayers. And I was doing a little bit of math here. Forgive me, it's just a ballpark figure. Multiply the allotment on the ADA, and Dr. Garcia, thank you for sharing that, 879. So I have approximately 5,361,900. That's outstanding work. So that would have been an enormous penalty to the school district. And again, this is teamwork, and this is a message that we need to tell to the community that we are working, and we're going to show the best of Mercedes. And I greatly appreciate it. So thank you so much, Mrs. Chavez and your staff. Thank you.
I'm going to echo that, Dr. Garcia. We worked together at the junior high, so I know firsthand your dedication to your job and to the students. So congratulations to you and the rest of the team and the rest of the people that were recognized and still working hard, I'm sure, trying to find some of those, of the 42 that are still out there. So anyway, thanks again. Keep working hard.
Any more comments? Okay, go ahead, Ms. Chavez. Oh, we good to go? The next one? Oh, we're pretty much finished in this one. Okay, so that concludes the A and B. We're moving on with C, presentation C1. Ms. Chavez?
At this time, I would like to call Mr. Tacon. My apologies.
Yeah, on the, we're on C1 presentation?
Yes, we
Lineberg?
have a report by Lineberger. Ms. Salazar.
Good evening, Superintendent Chavez and esteemed members of the board. Kelly Salazar to present on behalf of Lineberger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson your delinquent tax collection report for the period of September 1st through August 31st, which is your fiscal year. Our delinquent tax collection program on behalf of the school district continues to focus on two basic premises. The first being collect from the individual taxpayer first, and secondly, use the tool of litigation only as a final option to collect. I'll continue on, and I'm sure you'll find me on this slide. During this fiscal year, we conducted 6 demand mailings, mailing over 2,800 statements to delinquent taxpayers within Mercedes ISD. We made or received over 3,000 phone calls, initiated 11 payment agreements, and knocked on 254 doors within this district, educating and informing taxpayers about their delinquency and doing our best to get them into a payment agreement. Sometimes folks respond better to that one-on-one collection effort rather than a simple mail piece in their mailbox. And we had 45 payoff requests. Regarding litigation, we filed 44 lawsuits. We disposed of 25 lawsuits, and currently we have 87 lawsuits pending, representing over $543,000 owed to the district in base, penalty, and interest. On the next page, you'll see our tax sale resale results. During this fiscal year, we conducted 6 tax sales and 1 resale, placing a total of 18 properties for sale. You'll see the summary, 10 of those were sold, 4 of those were pulled from the sale due to a payment agreement, and 4 were at a resale. And I think it's important to highlight here our compassionate collection program on behalf of the district includes, we have not placed a property designated as a homestead and occupied for sale within the district in order to pursue our compassionate collection efforts. And it's delicate balance because we also want to ensure that your financial needs are met for the district, but also doing our best to collect from your taxpayers. You'll see below that our fiscal year collection report for this fiscal year. On the right, we collected over $287,000 in base, over $161,000 in penalty and interest. And a new part of our collection report is what you see in green, is over $71,000. I'd like to take a moment and explain that because you see that amount is larger than previous years, and historically that's a large number. When a taxpayer in your district protests their property value, they need, in most cases, to pay their taxes first to entitle them to that protest in most cases. If they are successful in their protest, in some cases they are entitled to a refund of what was paid for their taxes. And in some cases, that money, in order to refund, comes out of the delinquent taxes that we collected. And in this case, in this last fiscal year, over $71,000 was refunded to taxpayers who successfully protested their property values, which is a larger number historically than what you've seen. So that money does not come to the district. That money goes to the taxpayer. I wanted to include it, though, because that's a representation of Linebarger's work for the district, not necessarily what you will see. So that's why it's highlighted in a different color, just for your informational purposes. And then in the middle chart was a combined collection effort with Linebarger and the prior firm. And what's highlighted in red is the prior firm's collection efforts. So that's a summary. Looking forward to the future, we'll continue our collection program on behalf of Mercedes ISD, advocating and pursuing collection efforts, our mailing program, and if you have any Taxpayers within bankruptcy, our firm handles those throughout the state and pursuing those monies within the bankruptcy courts. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions, colleagues? I guess the only question I have, I don't know, you probably don't have a crystal ball, but do you see the increase on real estate property increasing as well, or is it just gonna level out? Because, Mercedes happens to be one of the poorest school districts in the United States, and I'm kind of concerned because it's almost like they're just increasing the property values dramatically, and that's my opinion about it, So, do you have like any estimate or forecast that will level out eventually?
Unfortunately, I haven't done any research with regard to the appraisals and property values.
Okay.
I do have an open communication with the appraisal district because oftentimes when folks come to me when I have a case in lawsuit or I'm trying to pursue collection efforts prior to lawsuit, their response in some cases is, hey, my property is overvalued, I shouldn't owe that.
Okay.
And so in those cases, I say, hey, give me whatever data you have. I can provide that to the appraisal district or introduce you to someone over there that can assist with that. But as far as a projection, I wouldn't be
appreciate
knowledgeable to provide
Okay.
a response to that.
Fair
I
enough.
apologize.
Any more questions? Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes.
You have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Ms.
I would like to
Hoffman.
thank you and for giving us this, providing us this update, because I know a lot of us were inquiring where we were as far as to our collections with our taxes. So thank you very much for taking the time and presenting to us.
Happy to do it at any time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, move along to B, curriculum and instruction. B1, discussion and possible action to approve the,
C2.
oh, I'm sorry, I apologize.
C2.
My bad. We are in the, apologize, I just got a issue with my laptop. Superintendent's report. C2, update on the Centrix panic alert safety system by Miguel Chacon Safe Schools. Ms. Chavez, please.
Mr. Teco.
Thank you. Good evening once again, esteemed board, Superintendent Chavez. Tonight, we're going to do a quick overview of the crisis alert system that we have here at Mercedes ISD, a review of the the two types of alerts that Centegix does enable, and of course, the overall usage that we're seeing across the district. Now, the Centegix Crisis Alert system is a new system that we brought in this school year, and it is a wearable device, and it looks just like this. And we are able to wear it around our necks or around our lanyards. And the purpose of it is an emergency notification system that every one of our staff members has in their possession. Those of us that are on school properties, or those of us that tend to visit those campuses quite a bit on a daily basis, all of these individuals in the district do have a Centegix badge. And the purpose of this is, of course, to quickly request any type of assistance from either administration or from emergency personnel. Now, the crisis alert hardware, when the system was installed, the company did come in. They went from campus to campus and installing all of these devices that included gateways, hubs, alert strobes, and of course our badges. Now, overall, there's two types of alerts that the system does have. The first is a staff alert, and the second is a campus-wide alert, which is a lockdown alert. Okay. Now, when these alerts are triggered, okay, if there's a situation that one of our staff members does press the button and it does trigger the administration that they need support, the admin actually on their phone does receive a notification of where, in fact, the situation is at. So they're able to quickly assess, and not only campus administration, but there's also district level administration that also gets this information. And especially if it's a lockdown, emergency personnel is also made aware of where the situation is, and they know where exactly to report to and how to assist in the matter. Now, the staff alert is quickly, it's just three little buttons, three little pushes three little clicks that we have, and that is used for medical emergencies, physical altercations, any type of custody issues, or any suspicious activity that there may be in the area. When we want to trigger the full lockdown, we click on this button 8 times. Okay, and usually the direction to the staff is you start clicking and don't stop till the alarms start ringing, and it is something to see. All of the computers are taken over in the school. Alerts come out, lights start going, audio announcements are made, and it starts going over exactly what they need to do to initiate that lockdown. And it is a pretty impressive system. It does work. We've used it. Unfortunately, we've had to use it, but when it's used and used well, the response is pretty quick. Again, once the lockdown is initiated, there are visual cues. There's instructions that come on the computers, and of course our site responders do receive notifications on their phones. In terms of lockdown, it does remind teachers and staff to lock the classroom doors, turn off the lights, hide out of sight of the doors and windows, maintain silence, prepare to evade or defend, and of course they do not open the door. And one of the other things that we do have in our schools, in each one of our campus, is the night lock. The night lock system, which is a lock that has been installed on the door. It goes directly into the ground. It's also a very, very good system, and it does keep any type of intruder out of the classroom. So as a recap, the 3 clicks quickly is for a staff alert, and that is asking for campus administration to come in and support. Or the lockdown, which is the 8 clicks, and that is asking for not only campus administration help, but district level and of course EMS or emergency personnel rather, to come in and also address the issue. Now, in terms of usage, we do have a graph here, and the first graph is week by week of how often the system has been used. So the way to read that is going from left to right, starting on August 13th through August 20th, it was used seven times. From the 20th through the 27th, it was used 6. And you all can read that for yourselves. But we did have peak weeks there in September, where there were weeks that it was used 14 times, 16 times, 12 times. And then again, it tapered off a little bit as we got all the way through November 5th, was when the reports were ran for this. Now, in reference to the types of alerts that we've had 68 staff alerts, 2 alerts for evacuation, 1 shelter, 9 lockdowns, and 9 lockdown drills. Okay. Now, in breaking down all of that data, the campus administration, once they close the drill or the alert, they do have to go in and say what kind of situation they had. Here in this one, we did have 2, over this period of time, we had 22 physical altercations, 30 issues with behavior, we had 8 drills, 3 suspicious behaviors, 9 medical. 12 were tests, and 5, they were inadvertent presses as well. Okay, and those usually happen. The inadvertence was at the beginning of the school year when everybody was going through training, even though we told them,
Getting used to it.
yes, don't press it. We have a dummy badge here. Some of them got a little excited and see if it actually worked, and unfortunately, fortunately, it does work, but it does trigger then whether it's a lockdown or a staff alert. On the next page, we do have a breakdown of each of the campuses that have used the staff alerts. And here, we'll begin at the top. Mecca had 5 staff alerts. 2 of them were drills and 3 of them were actual events. MHS had 9 staff alerts. All 9 were actual events. Hinojosa had 4 staff alerts. All 4 were actual events. Chacon, 43 staff alerts. 2 of them were drills. 41 were responses to situations on campus. Harold had 3 staff alerts with 3 actual events. Taylor had 2, 1 drill and 1 actual event. Travis had 1 staff alert with 1 actual event that needed to get addressed. In terms of the lockdowns, JFK had 3 lockdowns. All 3 of those lockdowns were in fact drills, practice. Ma had 3 lockdowns. 2 were drills, 1 was an actual event. Mecca had 5 lockdowns, all 5 were drills. Hinojosa had 2 lockdowns, 2 of them were drills. Chacon, 1 lockdown and 1 actual event. Harold had 2 lockdowns and both of them were drills, and Taylor was 1 lockdown and that 1 was a drill. Evacuations, JFK did document 2 evacuations, both of them were drills, and the shelter, Hinojosa had 1 shelter in place and that 1 was a drill. Okay, and overall, that is the data that we have to this point. At this time, I'll entertain any questions that we may have on Syntegix and its use.
Any comments, any questions?
I just have a comment. I
Yes,
just want to let the community know, everyone here present, that when we were initially informed of this grant that was available, we as a whole jumped on that opportunity to ensure the safety of our students and staff.
Yes, ma'am.
I know recently, within just recent times, we've had a lot of issues with safety, and not just here in Mercedes, but all around the world.
Yes, ma'am.
So it gives us as a whole peace of mind knowing that this software is really efficient and
Yes.
minimizes our incidents because of that quick response.
Of course.
So I would like to thank everyone who has unfortunately been involved in one, but thank you for your quick response.
Yes, ma'am.
And another thing I wanted to mention is that knowing that we're the first district in the area to have this, I hope that the surrounding districts see how efficient it is working for us and that they follow our lead with this software.
Absolutely. And of course, we'd like to commend the board for taking the initiative and that leadership role and bringing it, being the first ones in the valley to bring this to the area. From my experience up to this point, the systems work. The systems are really, really good. We've used it when it's used well. It's amazing. We do get the quick response. Admin quickly, they're all well aware now that if it is a staff alert, if it's a medical issue, they let us know. We're able to then share that information to the right personnel. But it is. It has been a great benefit to our district, and I again applaud your support with the initiative, and we look forward to its continued use. Yes, ma'am.
The only question that I have
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
now that we have this hardware, software installed, I'm all about being proactive.
Absolutely.
What plan do we have to monitor, to inspect the software, the hardware? So
yes.
that we know that that is up and running
Yeah.
at all times.
No, and thankfully, we do have a new staff member, Dave Gonzalez, who came on board, who now does that. That's his job. He monitors not only this system, but our Raptor system, our access card system into the buildings. He is our tech guy our camera system. So he does monitor. He's running these reports constantly to make sure. There's been a couple, we've had some technology upgrades and these things happen where sometimes there's communications that's lost. But he's on it. They address it along, of course, with the support of our technology department. They do a really, really good job of staying on top of that. Additionally, we're also looking forward to continuing to meet with our staff to keep training. I know here over the past week, we've had continued trainings with a lot of our campuses where we go in and do reminders and usage of this and other software and programs that we have that deal with safety. So again, looking forward to its continued use. So
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'd like to say, Mr. Chacon, thank you so much for the presentation. Very detailed. So thank you. I know that That
You're welcome,
was quite a bit of work there. I would like to say that when this program first, when we introduced this, it was approved, we didn't really know that much about it. We didn't know. And being that we were the first district to use this system, we, you could say it does work. It does
Absolutely.
work, and, I'm really happy. I'm happy for the information, training, definitely we're working on that.
Absolutely.
It's being worked on. I just have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said all the staff, is it the substitutes? Are they getting trained? Do they receive also custodians?
I know, yes, and I know our
Okay.
custodians do have them. Substitutes, I think, yes, they do, substitutes. Thank you, principals, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, yes,
That's great.
yes, substitutes, all of our custodians, in fact, some of our custodians have actually initiated and have done a great job with it. So no, hats off and kudos to them, because they haven't been afraid to use it, and I know they're well-trained, and I know Mr. Herrera has also done a follow-up with them, so. yes, ma'am.
Outstanding. And it's not only for, we know the use for it, but, something happens and, what custodians, a teacher is ill, it works.
Yes,
Use
it
it,
does.
it works.
Yes, it
And I'm
does.
so glad. I'm happy that we have that in place.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, sir, for all your work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Checkpoint. Appreciate
you,
it,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
That concludes the superintendent's report. Colleagues, I'm going to make a motion to return to the regular order of the agenda. May I have a second, please?
Mr.
Mande.
You're minus one.
One more? Oh, that's the one I'm following.
Mr. Rodriguez, step down.
Since my laptop is like lagging. The thing about it is, I don't think this is. It's because it got updated. This is the, this was changed. And this is, I'm using the one that's on the. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this, because that was on the, I think it was, I think it's a dynamic update on it. So which one? Because they posted this one. Yeah, we did this one, we did this one. So we're gonna go. Yeah, but we still gotta answer this one. Right, that's what I'm doing. That's right, return to the original. Good to go? Yeah. So it's good to go? Okay, colleagues, like I said, I need a second. Go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to revert to original order of the agenda. May I have a second, please? Second. Second from Mr. Garcia. Let me document it real quick. So, motion from Mr. Hernandez, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passed unanimously. We are going back to governance here. Governance A, reorganization of the Board of Election Officers. Be it a motion, if you prefer, or we can proceed with the nomination for board president.
Sir, I move to table this item.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Garcia.
Second.
Okay, a second from Ms. Vallejo. Any discussion, colleagues? Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Garcia, second by Ms. Vallejo. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. Item is tabled. Governance B, consider and approve a resolution authorizing new bank signatures.
The administration recommends the resolution as presented.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the consider and approve resolution authorizing new bank signatures.
So moved, sir.
Okay, a motion by Mr. Garcia,
Second.
second by Ms. Vallejo.
Yes.
Any discussion? Okay, there's no more discussion. We have a motion by Mr. Garcia, second by Ms. Vallejo. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passed unanimously. Action agenda. Action agenda, A, Business Office, A1, discussion and possible action to approve the 2023 certified tax roll of Mercedes. I believe this one is Chavez, correct?
The administration recommends the 2023 certified tax roll as presented by the business office.
Okay, we have a recommendation from admin. May I entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. We have a motion from Ms. Vallejo,
Second.
second by Mr. Garcia. Okay, any discussion, colleagues? Okay, there's none. We have a motion from Ms. Vallejo, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passes. B1, discussion of possible action to approve the high-quality instructional methods, Eureka Math, Amplify, Carnegie Math, 2024-2025. Ms. Chavez.
The administration is recommending the high-quality instructional materials. These materials are approved by TEA, and we as a school district are being timely so that we can also pursue grants that require the high-quality instructional resources to be approved by the board.
Okay, recommendation from admin. May I entertain a motion?
So moved, sir.
Okay, motion from Mr. Garcia. Second, please.
Second.
Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any discussion, colleagues? Okay, there's no more discussion. We have a motion from Mr. Garcia, second by Mr. Rodriguez. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passed unanimously. Let's go to C, facilities. C1, discussion possible action to approve construction projection project, I apologize, expenses, 1A, Rio Roofing Incorporated Certificate of Substantial Completion for the roofing replacement at Mercedes Early College Academy. Ms. Chavez, please.
The administration would like to call Mr. Herrera, Facilities Director, to present this item.
Hello, Mr. Herrera.
Good evening, Superintendent Ms. Chavez, Board President, Mr. Hernandez, trustees. Before you have a certificate of substantial completion for Mercedes Early College in the amount of $1,000. This will finalize the documents required. At this point, Rio Roofing is combining all the documentation to provide to the district to submit its final retainage amounts for the projects.
Okay, we have a recommendation from admin. May I entertain a motion? Okay, a motion from Ms. Delgado. Second, please.
Second.
Second for Ms. Rego. Any discussion, colleagues? I guess, Mr. Herrera, any more concerns on the roofing? How did it go with the rain that we had?
We did a walkthrough of the Mercedes Early College with the administrator. Everything looked good, no leaks. We walked the classrooms as well. High school, we did walk through the E and the G wing, north side portions, which were the ones that were replaced. And then we also did a walkthrough of the Sergeant Chacon Middle School. We had some concerns there. Rio Roofing was there on site today, the entire day, to identify any possible areas that we might have had some issues with. Nonetheless, we'll continue assessing the situation, and maybe we'll get another rain soon, so we can make sure that what they did today will suffice and complete that project as well. But they're not off the hook. You know, we have warranties on all our projects, so we'll make them. We'll make sure that, you know, the appropriate job is completed.
Outstanding. Thank you, Mr. Good.
I just have a question, Mr. Arana. You commented on those schools that you did assessments on, walkthroughs after this rain. Did you do all the other campuses and departments? Because I know there was some concerns about water leakages.
We communicated with each of the custodians, and we identified some of the areas. They are random throughout the building. And we have some already on the list that we can possibly move forward in the near future that do need immediate attention. And I'll provide that report to Ms. Chavez so that you can be aware of those, specific buildings that need immediate attention as well.
Thank you.
Any more questions, any more comments, colleagues? Okay, so, thank you, Mr. We have a motion from Ms. Delgado. A motion from Ms. Delgado, second by Mr. Vehicles. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
D, governance. D1, discussion of possible action to approve resolution and cast vote of candidates for Hidalgo County Appraisal District Board of Directors. We have the resolution vote for candidates for Hidalgo County Appraisal District Board of Directors 2024, 2025. I believe this is our business, so any motion on the table?
Being consistent with the nomination, I'd like to recommend Dr. Ruben Saldana.
Okay. We have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez. How about a second, guys? Colleagues?
Second.
Second by Ms. Delgado. Any discussion? Okay, so if there's no more discussion, we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Ms. Delgado. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed by saying nay? Okay, motion passed unanimously. D2, discussion and possible action to conduct an employee climate survey requested by board members, Mrs. Delgado and Mr. Rodriguez. We don't have to have a motion on the table. As per Mr. Saldana's advice on it, we can have a conversation, or you can place a motion already. We have a lot of options, colleagues. Como quiera. You want to have a discussion first, or you want to have a motion on the table?
We can have the motion and then have the discussion like we normally do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I need a motion on the floor then?
So move.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Rodriguez, second by?
Second.
Second by Ms. Delgado. Okay, we are open for discussion.
Discussion. You know, I have been, I'm surprised. I've been very surprised at the, the discussion about the survey, and impressed because we are having quite a bit of feedback, and that's good. This is a tool. This is a tool that is going to be used and has been in the past, at least, 2 years ago we completed one, not really knowing what that survey, being a new board member, I didn't really know what it entailed, and it was good. It's a good tool. It's feedback for our district. What are we doing right? What are we not doing? Where do we need to improve? I'd love to hear. Those are things that we need to hear from our staff. And it encompasses a whole lot. It's benefits, it is safety, it is so much. There's so much in this report. And, that's our report card. And actually, that's our report card from the staff. And we want to improve. It's not to harm anything, it's to help. And that is why it's there for. And a lot of employees that completed this survey they were very appreciative. They're very appreciative as for the report. It's sometimes they don't get the opportunity to go up and talk to their supervisor or come in and talk to a superintendent, and that is their communication to us. So we should not take that communication tool. We should not, we should embrace it. We should actually look forward, because we have had a lot of changes, and I think we are going to have more changes. And there's been a lot of changes within our district. That's a positive. So I think also I would like to just address to my fellow trustees that when we were first, when we were running in our campaign, we had our platform. And part of my platform was to be there to listen, to be there for our employees, for our students, for our staff, safety. I look at my platform. I look at the things that I had. I don't, maybe we don't remember word for word, but the message is there, and my message is still the same then, and it is now. Thank you.
I'm going to piggyback off of Ms. Delgado a little bit. We do reach out to the community and vice versa. I'd like to hear what the rest of the staff have to say on different issues. As Ms. Delgado mentioned, there's been a lot of change in the district, and oftentimes change is good. But we'd like to see if there's things that we need to know to make improvements. Like she said, it's a tool. It's a way of gathering information for us to possibly make our district better. And that's all that we're trying to do, is get some information. I've been on the other end as a former administrator and teacher, giving the information to our district, to our board of trustees. And I was, when I was there on that end, I was honest and candid with my responses, and I was hoping that take those things into consideration, and we want that from all of you. So that's what I'd like to share.
Any discussion? Any more discussion? Well, with the I was placed on the agenda. First of all, I was thinking I have no issue with climate survey. I always had them when I was the administrator as a teacher. No issues whatsoever with that. But I got to thinking when I was reading the agenda again, as I was thinking, I don't think we've ever surveyed the students or the parents. And then I got to thinking, I said, wait a minute. We had a generational shift, and we have new directors, we have new principals, and it's a challenge. And they didn't back down. They're up to the challenge. They know that they're gonna go ahead and supervise a new group of teachers, basically a new district. I mean, just look at the hard work we've done. The infrastructure, the financing. And I got to thinking, I go, this is Thanksgiving, this is Christmas. I used to be an administrator, I do a principal. I mean, I was an administrator, I was a math teacher. And to me, I just don't wanna have duress on them. They never back down. I know these administrators that I've seen and their hard work, they never complain. They know the challenge and they're up for it. And that employee climate survey, that's teachers. Directors and principals, and I'm for it. I am okay for the survey. I have no issues whatsoever, but I have a concern with Thanksgiving and Christmas and the duress on the new directors and new principals. I mean, they just came on board. I mean, we're gonna do a survey. I don't have any problems doing it. I do not, for the record, I do not want to do it. It's just holidays. It's just the perception of it, are we going to have duress on the principals?
Can we have like a
hold on,
window?
Mr. Garcia. Can I finish? So, there's directors of all type of departments, what if, a lot of concerns about it? Well, I think we should have that conversation with, my opinion, this is where I'm theorizing. I could be totally wrong. I mean, I'm just Hernandez. But being in the trenches is, have that conversation with the directors, the principals, have those conversations. Our principals, they're fresh, but are they afraid, or are they scared, or are they, no. They know that we're going in the right direction. We're gonna get out of that academic achievement of D. We are. But again, colleagues, I'm saying, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I just have a concern about that, on the dates.
I
That's
don't
basically
really
what it is.
envision this, Mr. Hernandez, being done immediately. We've got Thanksgiving next week already, the break, for the superintendent or staff to put things together. It's going to be after the end of the year into the early part of the following year.
I would like to add to Mr. Hernandez's comments. I know we keep referencing changes, and as we all know, we have a lot of changes that have happened and that will still continue to be happening. And it's in the best interest of our students and our staff, the district, the community. And I personally agree with Mr. Hernandez. I think right now we have a lot of leadership roles that have just recently been taken, and those individuals are still adapting to that change. I personally believe that we need to give them more time as a leader from the department, the campus, whatever it may be. We have new teachers that are just working on their TEKS, getting familiar with their TEKS, with their responsibilities. Climate survey, the way that, our Ms. Delgado and Mr. Hernandez mentioned, we are here to hear the staff. That is not going to go away. We don't need a climate survey tomorrow to let us know of concerns that you may have. Safety is always a priority, as we just mentioned with Mr. Chacon's presentation. And I think right now the time, I agree with Mr. Hernandez. Me personally, I don't think it's the time. I think we need to give our entire staff, our entire district time to adjust to the changes, to bring that much needed improvement that is Ms. Chavez's vision of where we want to get the district. I think right now a climate survey would just add more stress, as it's been expressed. That is the last thing that we want to do to our staff. We are here to support our staff. And as far as the platform, I know a platform was discussed, and I agree, my platform was being your voice, the voice of the community, the voice of our leadership team, our students, our staff as a whole. That is not going to go away. Communication is here, but I have to agree with Mr. Hernandez that me personally, I don't think right now is the time. Typically, they're done at the end of the year when benchmarks have been done, when state assessments have come in, and we have had the year to see where we're going, what we did, what we couldn't do, what recommendations may come for the following year. So that is just my opinion.
Those are some very good points, Mr. Hernandez, Ms. Vallejo. But no one, I don't know where the impression is that we're doing it tomorrow, or we're doing it next week, or Christmas. No one mentioned a timeline, and especially not right away. Now, another thing is there's the changes. Changes have been made, yes, but these individuals have years and years of experience, and because they've been moved to another campus, they're still doing the same thing. They're still doing that experience that they bring. They move it to another campus or another position. So that's not, it just goes with the position. Now, the other situation that, as far as the timing, moving it to the end of the year, we have 3 new board members, and I don't know if any one of you has seen the climate survey that they did 2 years ago. Have you reviewed a copy of it as to what, the questions, general questions were made? I don't know if you have. Have you, Ms. Valle?
You were actually just mentioned in the previous meeting, you just made us aware of that. And I know you shared that one was done, but no follow-through was done. So, no, I have not reviewed that as
Okay.
of right now.
Well, I would like to give you all, and that was the reason for the discussion, so that you could review the climate survey done in 2021, and you could see for yourselves what questions are on that survey.
I have done research, and I know pretty much what it encompasses. As far as to the previous one, no, but I would like to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll just have to talk to legal and how we can set that up, correct, Mr. Saldana, or?
Mr. Hernandez, members of the board, the board, in my opinion, and that had been my recommendation earlier, was this discussion be held in order to make a decision as to what it is exactly the board would be voting on. And that would include timing, scope, the actual instrument itself, does the board desire to use the instrument that it was used before? Do they want to make any changes? So something along the lines of a motion that's going to say, if that's where the board wants to go, authorize the president and a board member, perhaps one of the sponsoring board members, to come back with a recommendation to the board and perhaps the instrument itself for consideration and vote at next time. A motion like that along those lines, that way when it comes back, there's the timing, the scope, the actual instrument is before the board, and then the decision can be made to go forward or
So
not.
basically, we have to amend what's already on the table, correct? We have to amend the motion.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, do we need to retract the motion or just amend it?
You can amend it.
Okay.
As long
Then
as
I'd,
the actions of the board are clear on the record.
okay, I'd like to amend the motion, Mr. President, to reflect the comments as stated by legal.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second.
I will second.
Second from Ms. Delgado.
Thank you.
Okay, so on this, the amendment can cover the previous motion. We need to do the separate ones.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I would include in the motion that it authorize you and another board member, either that you select or the board recommends now to come back with a recommendation.
Okay. Is that about right, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion, Mr. Rodriguez, second by Ms. Delgado. Agreed? Okay, so any more discussion on the amendment?
On that amendment, would it have that scope already in place, or is that for us to discuss as far as to what we would
All of
prefer on there?
Everything would be back on the table to discuss, but at least you'll have a form and a shape to it.
Template that we can
A
start off?
template, and the discussion of the timing would be more relevant at that point.
Okay.
Okay, any more discussion on the amendment? Mr. Garcia, Mr. Rodriguez? Ms. Vallejo, Mr. Delgado? Okay, so we have amendment from Mr. Rodriguez and second by Mr. Delgado. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, the amendment passes, so now we go back to the original motion, discussion and possible action to conduct the employee climate survey. So back to discussion on it, correct? And the motion. Yes,
We already,
because Mr. Rodriguez made the motion and second by Mr. Delgado,
well,
correct?
we
Mr. Saldana?
amended, I think we amended it.
We amended it.
Oh, it's already
to-
passed.
So we're good.
We don't have to go back.
There's just one motion on this side.
So that takes the amendment, and you're right, you're absolutely correct. Thank you, sir. Let's go on to consent agenda. I'll start off with Ms. Vallejo. Would you like to pull anything from the consent agenda, Ms.?
No, sir.
Ms. Delgado?
No, sir, no.
Mr. Garcia?
No, sir.
Mr. Rodriguez? And myself? Nope. Okay, colleagues, I need a motion to accept the consent agenda.
So moved.
It's all entirety, so we have a motion from Ms. Vallejo.
Second.
A second by Mr. Garcia. Any more discussion? Okay, there's no more discussion. We have a motion by Ms. Vallejo, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? By saying nay? Okay, motion passed. Let's move on to executive session. Okay, executive session A, personnel pursuant to section 551.0074 of the Texas Government Code, attorney consultation pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. B, discussion, consideration, report on external consultants' review findings to administration regarding Skyward system pursuant to section 551.0821 of the Texas Government Code. Personally identifiable information about public school system requested by board members, Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Martinez. C, student discipline pursuant to section 551.0821 of the Texas Government Code, personally identifiable information about a public school student. D, consultation with attorney on legal issues regarding incident at Ecalchosa pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. E, discussion in private consultation with the attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigation, settlement matters, and/or matters where the professional duty under state board requires private consultation with school attorney. F, level 3 grievance hearing. Caroline Mendiola pursuant to section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code.
Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Regarding item F, I believe there's been a request to have that during an open session. It is my recommendation, and based on a review of that grievance, that it constitutes a complaint against an employee or officer. It's my recommendation to you as board president that that be conducted in closed session.
And it will be in closed session. Thank you, Mr. Saldana.
I'm Mr. John Shergold. I'm representing.
Sir, just a moment, sir.
I need to make an objection under the law to Texas Commissioner of Education.
Mr. Saldana, is he out of order,
I'm
sir?
required to make
Is
an
he out of order, sir?
objection under
Mr.
the
Saldana,
law.
he's out of order?
I need to make an objection.
Should be able to make your objections in closed session.
No, I need to make that.
It is, sir, it is 7:32.
Okay.
This
My
board
objection-
of Mercedes-Benz School District is an executive session. Thank you.